AI is changing so incredibly fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know I sometimes feel like I'm barely keeping up.
Yeah, definitely.
But what if we could shift that feeling, from being overwhelmed to maybe feeling genuinely empowered?
That's exactly what we're trying to unpack today. This whole deep dive, it's about navigating this evolving landscape where AI meets human intelligence.
Okay.
We're going to explore how AI can be this really powerful tool, like for sparking fresh ideas, maybe revitalizing old ones.
Right.
But also, and this is crucial, how we make sure we stay in the driver's seat. Intentional drivers, not just passive recipients.
So how do we actually make that shift? We've looked at a whole stack of pretty compelling sources for you, drawing from articles like AI and First Principles on idea generation, but also looking at trickier questions like in AI, does smarter technology make us dumber?
That's a big one.
Yeah. And we'll also touch on AI's huge knowledge base, perspectives from pieces like AI holds more information and knowledge than any human, and even the power of something called the ultimate idea. Anyone can make a difference.
So our mission today really is clear. We want to uncover actionable strategies, stuff you can actually use to leverage AI effectively,
Okay.
Stay intellectually sharp with all this information flying around and hopefully use these insights to make a real, tangible, positive difference in your life, maybe in the world.
All right, let's do it. Let's kick things off by exploring how AI can really ignite our creative spark, especially when we use this powerful concept called first principles thinking.
Right. First principles.
Anyone not familiar, first principles basically means stripping away all the assumptions, all the inherited complexity, getting right back to the fundamental truths of an idea,
Yeah, the absolute root.
and then rebuilding it from the ground up. It's about remembering what really matters, refreshing something old without just, erasing it.
Yeah. And what's really fascinating here is AI's unique role in this. It's not about asking AI to just mimic your existing ideas.
No.
No. Instead, you use it to interrogate them. You can ask it things like, okay, what assumptions are underpinning this whole idea? What if they're just not true anymore?
Interesting.
The real insight, I think, is how AI, because it doesn't have like human ego or emotional baggage,
Right.
it can just relentlessly pinpoint inconsistencies or maybe assumptions you haven't challenged in years. It's like having this purely logical, totally unbiased sparring partner.
The sparring partner. I like that.
Yeah, who forces you to confront these intellectual blind spots, things even your smartest human colleagues might miss, right? And that can lead to some genuinely new breakthroughs.
Okay, that concept of an unbiased sparring partner, a cognitive mirror, that's compelling. But what's the biggest risk here? How do we make sure it genuinely promotes active engagement and doesn't just, lull us into thinking we're being creative when we're not?
That's where the idea renewal loop comes in. It's a practical process, something you can actually follow.
Okay, how does it work?
You start by picking an idea, something that's gone a bit stale maybe, or isn't being used much. Could be an old pitch deck. Could even be a personal belief you used to hold.
Right.
Then you actively break it down into its basic elements. What's its purpose? Who's it for? What problem does it solve? What leverage does it offer?
The fundamentals.
Exactly, the first principles. Once you have those basics, then you bring in AI. Use it to remix the idea, reframe its metaphors, test it out for today's world. And the final, really crucial step, prototype with purpose. Test it out, especially in a way that actually serves other people. Put it into action.
I can definitely see the power in that, repurposing our history, our old ideas into future innovations. But, okay, for someone who feels maybe overwhelmed by all their past work or maybe just a bit intimidated by AI itself, what's the very first simplest step to start seeing their archive as a makerspace?
Start small. Seriously small. Just pick one old idea, maybe even just a paragraph you wrote years ago.
Yeah.
Ask AI something simple. What could this idea become if it popped up in, say, 2035? Just play with it.
Yeah.
It shows you how AI can sort of repattern the past into future prototypes. Simplicity is really strategic here. AI works best with clarity, and first principles thinking gives you that clarity.
And when we talk about AI's potential, we absolutely have to talk about its sheer information and idea-generating power. I mean, Ray Kurzweil over at Google, he says large language models, LLMs, are as significant as, written language itself.
That's a huge statement, isn't it? LLMs. They're essentially these advanced AI systems trained on just massive amounts of text data,
Right.
which lets them understand, generate, and process human language incredibly well. Think of them as super sophisticated engines for predicting and creating human-like text, but on a scale we've never seen before.
And the power behind them.
Oh, the computational power is staggering. We've seen this exponential jump from like 0.07 calculations per second per dollar to 50 billion, and they're expecting trillions soon.
Wow. That scale's just hard to wrap your head around. What's the most profound implication of that kind of growth for you listening?
Well, to put it in perspective, imagine a task that maybe used to take a supercomputer a whole year.
Yeah.
Now, potentially, that same task could be done in a fraction of a second for the same cost. That's the kind of leap Kurzweil's talking about.
Incredible.
He even goes so far as to say AI might well be the greatest ideas-generating machine ever.
He gives that cancer example, right?
Exactly. Potentially curing cancer faster by feeding billions of ideas into a computer, testing them on millions of simulated humans in days, not years.
Wow.
But the key takeaway is you can apply this thinking to any field, not just health. AI is fast becoming this essential personal assistant, or maybe a co-pilot, for pretty much everyone.
And it's not standing still.
Not at all. Kurzweil himself says, every 6 months it's going to be a whole new world. It truly is this constantly evolving landscape.
Okay, so given this crazy rapid advancement, this sheer capability of AI, it brings us right back to that crucial question. Does smarter technology actually make us dumber?
Mm-hmm.
The core idea here from one of the sources is that relying on all this smart tech shouldn't become an excuse to, well, stop thinking and doing things ourselves.
It's a really critical paradox. The source even has this powerful story and anecdote about a home invasion.
Oh, yeah.
Where the smarter security tech actually led to sort of dumbed-down thinking. They failed to consider deeper, less obvious threats because they relied too much on the tech.
Huh. So the challenge isn't the tech itself.
No, the real challenge is how do we make sure these smarter technologies proactively, productively enhance our ability to think rather than just replacing it?
Yeah.
It's about augmenting our intelligence, right? Not outsourcing it.
Right, exactly. So the core takeaway here seems to be that AI's impact really depends entirely on the quality of the questions we ask it.
Precisely.
We're past the point of asking, should I use AI? It's now, am I asking the right questions? This is where our human edge, our thinking, really matters.
Absolutely. AI becomes this amazing sandbox for curiosity, a catalyst for creativity. But if you don't ask it anything, it's just a tool sitting there, like a paintbrush with no artist.
Yeah.
There's a great quote, AI doesn't change the world, the questions we ask it do.
That's powerful.
And another one was, if you're not asking questions, someone else is. And they're shaping the future in your absence. And maybe the most provocative, ignorance isn't the enemy, inertia is.
Inertia, yeah. That feeling of just not engaging.
Exactly. The moment we stop actively engaging, we sort of give up our potential influence.
That really drives the point home. So to fight that inertia, there's this practical framework for asking AI questions to really unlock its potential. It's got 5 steps.
Yeah, a 5-step framework. First, mind the WHY. What do you really want to understand or change or create? Get clear on that first.
Okay, the why.
Second, frame the intention. Are you looking for clarity, strategy, empathy, or are you just playing around exploring? Knowing your intention helps shape the question.
Intention, right. Makes sense. What's next?
Third, refine the signal. Is your prompt, your question clear? Is it layered? Is it focused? Garbage in, garbage out,
Yeah.
Fourth, evaluate the response. Did the answer actually deepen your thinking? Did it simplify something complex? Did it stretch your imagination? Don't just accept the first answer.
Critically evaluate it.
Yes. And finally, fifth, reverse engineer the value. How can this response be turned into something tangible? Action, income, impact. This ensures you're not just getting answers, but insights that actually lead somewhere.
That sounds like a really powerful way to actually put AI to work. Moving beyond just, asking it for recipes or something.
Exactly.
Have you personally tried applying this framework? What was maybe the most surprising thing you found?
Oh, absolutely. I actually used it to analyze an old research paper I'd written years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And by explicitly asking it for, contradictions and unexplored angles, AI didn't just give me a summary, it actually highlighted some overlooked assumptions I'd made back then.
No.
It was a genuine aha moment, honestly. So this framework, I think it's essential. And for anyone listening, you can try practical exercises right now.
Like what?
Like experimenting with different AI search engines, Find, Perplexity, Grok, Gemini, Peterbot, whatever's out there. Ask them all the same question.
Ah, compare the results.
Exactly. Compare the responses. It teaches you not just what each tool does, but how to get the best out of each specific one based on its strengths.
That's a fantastic practical idea. And this whole concept of refreshing our existing knowledge with AI, it naturally leads us to this much bigger challenge today. Just navigating the sheer volume of information.
Right, yeah. Information overload.
And finding meaning in it all.
Yeah.
AI can give us instant summaries of almost any text, right? Making it feel like this open university of success, giving immediate info.
But here's the crucial dilemma, the paradox. Does that instant access somehow bypass or make us miss the real heart and soul? That offers full intention, the depth you get from reading a whole book or article.
Right, like the Augmentino University of Success example.
Exactly. An AI summary might give you the bullet points, sure. But is that really the same as reading all 521 pages, absorbing the nuances, the context, the full emotional journey?
Probably not.
It raises this really important question about balancing those bite-sized chunks with, proper deep content research. As Thomas Carlyle said ages ago, the true university of these days is a collection of books, and that still feels true, even now.
It really does. And the shift.
Yeah.
We've gone from having very little information easily accessible to just this overwhelming abundance. It's a complete 180-degree flip.
A seismic shift, yeah. And with, over 85% of the world owning a smartphone now, that volume, that speed of information, it's only going to increase.
So what's the danger there?
Well, the paradox is fascinating. This abundance, if we're not careful, can lead to just gorging on that which will render you unhealthy and lazy.
Just consuming junk info.
Yeah. So the trick, according to one source, is being highly selective. Figure out what truly sustains you intellectually while still staying open to new ideas. It's this balance.
It sounds both exciting and terrifying.
It is. It's incredibly exciting, billions of new inputs at our fingertips. But also, a bit frightening because of the sheer volume and the potential for misinformation you have to wade through.
So how do we actually equip ourselves to thrive in this overwhelming, sometimes chaotic information landscape, especially when we see things like global conflicts playing out daily, like in Ukraine or the Middle East?
Jordan Peterson offers some pretty profound insights on navigating a world where, as he puts it, there's going to be more coming at you than you can manage and master.
Okay, what's his take?
His approach really focuses on individual responsibility and building resilience, which feels incredibly relevant when AI is amplifying both the good info and the noise.
So, practical steps.
Yeah, it's multifaceted. First, telling the truth, especially to yourself. Seems basic, but it's crucial for a strong foundation.
Right.
Second, study the great stories from the past. They offer timeless wisdom, connection, especially when things feel chaotic now. Third, confront obstacles with courage and faith. Don't shrink from them.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Absolutely. Fourth, find strength in community, in family. Avoid isolation. Fifth, choose a cause, something you care about. To passionately confront the chaos gives you direction.
Purpose.
Exactly. Sixth, pursue your true interests. That's where you find genuine meaning. And seventh, develop a clear vision for your life. Think about education, career, how you use your time, self-care, service to others.
Peterson's focus on telling the truth and finding meaning feels incredibly relevant in this age of AI. The AI can give us answers, tons of them. But it's our human capacity for truth, for meaning, for courage that lets us actually discern and build and lead rather than just passively consuming or worse, being misled.
Yeah, and he emphasizes this moral obligation to be optimistic about the future. Confronting challenges with courage, taking responsibility. It's less a political solution, more spiritual or psychological.
And the idea that the human brain can be used for good or evil, that we're shaped by our experiences, our choices, but we still have the power to create a better world.
Which leads us perfectly to what one source calls the ultimate idea. Anyone can make a difference.
Ah, yes. This resonates so much with the power of positive role models. We saw that so clearly with the South African Rugby World Cup win in 2023, didn't we?
Absolutely. Siya Kolisi's leadership.
Incredible. They were playing for something much bigger, a higher purpose, trying to unify a country, bring hope, despite all the deep divisions. It was way more than just rugby.
And there's this profound insight connected to that. To know that someone, somewhere, looks up to you as a role model. Everybody, yes, including you, is a role model to someone else for better or for worse.
Wow. That's a heavy thought.
It can be incredibly sobering, right? It might even help explain why sometimes intelligent people end up following, depraved despots or get involved in crime. The influence is real.
But there's an exciting side, too.
That's the flip side. It means you are, whether you realize it or not, responsible in part for how some people will act and behave based on watching you.
So being a quality role model.
Means having a positive effect on the world, one person at a time. Often just by being the person you are through your actions, your choices day to day.
That connects to things like the Wisdom's DifferenceMakers project, encouraging people to make that positive impact.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that your actions, big or small, they have ripple effects.
Okay. So as we wrap up this deep dive, the big takeaway seems to be that AI isn't just a tool. It's more like a potential partner in how we think and act.
Yeah, it offers immense potential for sure. Generating ideas, understanding the world. But its true power, the real potential, it's unlocked by your intentional questions, by your commitment to actually thinking deeply and taking positive action.
So even in this world of just overwhelming information and complexity.
You have the power. You can choose to stay engaged, ask better questions, seek depth, not just surface level stuff, and you can choose to be a positive influence.
So here's something to think about, a final thought for you. If AI really does become this extension of our own intelligence, this collective power, how will you choose to direct it? How will you use it to build a future that reflects the best parts of human wisdom and compassion?
And maybe think about this. What's just one area in your life, or maybe your community, where applying both that first principles thinking, stripping it back, and asking intentional AI questions could spark a surprising wave of positive change? What could that look like?